for the better. May she rest in peace.
Sir Michael Penn.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to pay tribute to a wonderful human being and perhaps touch on some of the things from outside this chamber before I became a Member of Parliament and sometimes was sitting upstairs here. I vividly remember hearing Time's Up, but also vividly, this is not a poke at you, Mr. Speaker, vividly hear her saying reading. She hated people reading questions. And perhaps that's something we should learn when we get through some more questions. But to be fair, she could actually understand people better when they spoke from the heart rather than something that was pre-written for them. But actually, she was brilliant with the staff, and we've heard so much, quite rightly, about what happened in this chamber and Parliament itself, which is something she was enormously. But she was enormously proud of the staff in this great house. She had time for everybody. I was working first for Teddy Taylor, and I was still on those days recovering from an injury, and I was on crutches, and she stopped me. She had no idea who I was. And she said, "What have you done, young man?" Well, I was 40-odd at the time. I was thrilled to be called a young man still. And I explained to her what had happened, and she said, "Well, you keep me in touch as to what goes on." And when I was elected in 2005, she stopped me again, even though she was not in this house then. "You've made it, young man. Congratulations." She came to the tea room regularly and sat with us just at her her table. And if you wanted to go and talk to her, that was fine. Otherwise, she wouldn't interrupt you at all. But she was there for advice. She liked that kind of atmosphere, the ambience that was taking place. But I'll never forget, the key for her was people. People from any background had an opportunity in life, like she has had, and like the likes of myself and many colleagues in the House here today. But there's another part of Betty that has just been touched on fractionally, and that was Cyprus. Like my family, Betty loved Cyprus. She would go to Cyprus at any time when it was warm. Didn't like it in the winter. Yes, as one of my colleagues said earlier on, she liked her ciggies. But if you mention that she was smoking still, I've cut back. I'm not smoking anywhere near as many as I used to. Rubbish. Sneakily, the ciggy was always around. But even if she was down by the pool, even if she was on the beach, and we've heard about the paragliding and things like that, but even in her latter years, in the last few years, COVID really restricted her being able to go, and that really hurt her, I think, because she couldn't get away to her beloved Cyprus and her friends in Cyprus. But she was immaculate. There wasn't, as we heard, a bit of lippy out of place. For a lady of her years to look so immaculate by the side of the pool is not detracting to or belittling of her age. It was actually, she was as proud as punch that she was there in the sunshine with her friends. So for me, as probably the last speaker from these benches, to be able to say thank you for her for being a wonderful human being, giving people the courage sometimes to step forward all those years ago, as the Mother of the House has alluded to a moment ago, which was so difficult for women in those days, not to find a seat, just to get selected to find a seat would have been difficult in those days. For her to come through that and still have time for everybody else is something that she and her family and her loved ones should be very proud of, and we will miss her dearly.
Dame Angela Riedel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I speak as a current serving member of Labour's NEC.